What's up, everybody? Hope all of y'all are doing undeniably fan-freaking-tastic out there. It is I, your Grandpa Booyah James SelfStandard, current reigning CMW champion. And folks, tonight is AEW Wrestledream 2024. And looking back to last year, I think Wrestledream was just created last year just so Edge could have a pay-per-view event to debut on. And this year, there's no telling who might show up. I have a very good feeling it might be Bobby Lashley, because I know I see MVP looking around, I know I see Shelton Benjamin looking around, and y'all, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think this is the night that Swerve Strickland leaves Prince Nana. And I'm saying that because, look, it's in Tacoma, Washington, and last time I checked, Swerve is from Tacoma. So, very interesting possibilities happening tonight, alright? But yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and take a look at these matches for tonight. There's a lot to talk about, but I'm going to try to get through these as quickly as I can without rambling too much, alright? First up, the AEW World Tag Team Championships are being defended by Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, who take on Private Party. I'm glad that Private Party is finally actually getting a big pay-per-view match. And I would love nothing more than to see Private Party beat the Young Bucks. But more than likely it isn't happening. But I don't want to see them break up either. Look, right now one of my dream feuds in AEW, one of my dream feuds, dream matches in AEW is Private Party versus the Acclaim. That would be so fun, but that would also be like so strange and awesome. Yeah, I want to see the Private Party versus the Acclaim so bad. It might have already happened before, but I don't remember the Acclaim actually making a good rap about Private Party. Like, that would be amazing. But I do want to see the Young Bucks. I want to see the Young Bucks lose, but I don't see it happening. But I'm going to give this one to the Young Bucks very reluctantly. Well, my ear itches. Alright. Next up, we have Hologram versus the Beast Mortos, formerly known as Black Taurus. Now, y'all, I haven't seen enough of Hologram lately to actually have a good opinion on him. Honestly, I'm looking at the gimmick of Hologram, and I'm looking at the gimmick of Axiom, and I'm not seeing much of a difference. The only difference I'm seeing is Axiom talks more. And besides, I know more about Axiom because, spoiler alert, I know what Axiom looks like unmasked. It was a kid from NXT UK. But anyway, again, I don't know much about Hologram, but I've been familiar with Black Taurus, aka the Beast Mortos, for a very long time now. And this match is a best 2 out of 3 fall match anyway, so I'm gonna give this one to the Beast Mortos. Like, I'm glad that they're giving him more screen time in AEW, but I gotta see him more. I need to see him more successful, if possible. Alright. Next up, the AEW International Championship is being defended in a triple threat match as Will Ospreay takes on Ricochet and Konosuke Takeshita. Alright, there is a bigger story at play right now of Will Ospreay and the Don Callis family. I'm ready to see how this develops into the future, and Don Callis, he's going to be treating Will Ospreay good. Alright. Well, for the storyline purpose anyway. But Ricochet and AEW, I knew eventually he would be in AEW one way or another. And like, as soon as they did the angle with Braun Breaker thrashing Ricochet in the parking lot, I was like, yep, he's going to AEW. He's going specifically to AEW just so he can have that match with Will Ospreay again. But yo, there's like so much opportunity for Ricochet in AEW. And you know what? I kind of want to see him win this match. Maybe Will Ospreay doesn't need the championship to have an issue with the Don Callis family. But there was like so much good match potential for Ricochet in AEW, especially with him being the international champion. Ooh, Ooh, Ricochet versus Pac. There's a good one. Ricochet versus Hologram. I can see that one happening in the future. But so many possibilities. I can't even get to the list right now. Alright. Next up, we have Darby Allin taking on Brody King. Originally, this was announced as an open challenge, but Brody King stepped in and he accepted it immediately. Kind of wish this match would have been like a little bit of a surprise, I guess. Like to take a lot of us off guard about it. Could have been anybody, but that wasn't the case for this match. But I don't know how Darby Allin's going to do it, but somehow I see him beating Brody King. I mean, heck, I don't know why I'm surprised. I saw what he did against Brian Cage. If he could beat Brian Cage, he could beat anybody. Alright, next up, the Ring of Honor World Championship is being defended by Mark Briscoe, who takes on Chris Jericho. I am super happy that Mark Briscoe was able to become the Ring of Honor champion. Like, I know when Tony Khan first bought the rights to Ring of Honor, and they did that Supercard of Honor event where Mark Briscoe almost became champion and he didn't. That one broke my heart, but look, I've got nothing against Chris Jericho. If it was anybody else in this feud, I probably would have been okay with Mark Briscoe losing the title. But in this case, it doesn't need to go to Chris Jericho. Like, the dude just lost the FTW title. He should not have to lose one title just to pick up another one for no reason. Mark, please beat Jericho. Thank you. Alright, next up, Hangman Adam Page takes on Switchblade Jay White. This match right here, it may very well steal the show. Like, on paper, this match doesn't seem that great, but Hangman, he's been putting in the work, and like that whole Swerve story that he was in, good crap from him. Good literal cowboy shiznit from him. I'm excited to see where Hangman's going to be taking the story of his. But, and I know Jay White just came back, but you know what? Hangman, he needs the momentum. I'm going to give this one to him. Alright, next up, the AEW TNT Championship is being defended by Jack Perry, who takes on Katsuyori Shibata. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I know Jack Perry's gonna win it. I know he is. But y'all, like, Shibata's freaking cool. I remember when I first started watching New Japan in 2017, there was just something about Shibata that, like, intrigued me. I do want to see Shibata win. You know what, Jack? I'm sorry. I'm gonna give this one to Shibata. Alright, next up, the MXM collection of Mace and Mansoor take on the Acclaimed. Formerly the Maximum Male Models. Holy moly, like, there's no telling where that story's gonna go. But I'm glad they're in AEW, and I am just imagining the big rap that the Acclaim's gonna be having from MXM. Good gravy. And you know what? I have a theory that maybe the only reason why MXM was booted from WWE was because they couldn't have two pretty boy tag teams on the same roster. Like, we already have Pretty Deadly. Do we really need Maximum Male Models? And speaking of Maximum Male Models, is technically LA Knight Maxine Dupree's brother? Like, they haven't revisited that. They never revisited that. Like, I do want to see another interaction between her and him again sometime in the future. But I know the Acclaim is going to win this match, but you know what? Somehow or another, I'm going to give this one to MXM. I'm calling them for the upset. Alright, next up, the AEW Women's World Championship is being defended by Mariah May, who takes on Willow Nightingale. Now look, nothing against Mariah May, but when she turned her back on Toni Storm, that kind of hurt me. But since then, like, I'm not really getting that much of a feel from her. Like I'm really not getting Mariah May. Like, yeah, she had that big moment where she turned on Toni Storm, but I guess right now I'm not really seeing her trying to capitalize on her heel nature enough, I guess. Well, like she's just there because Toni Storm can't be. That's the way it's feeling like right now. And this is nothing against Willow Nightingale. It would be cool if she won the match, but I think Mariah May needs to hold onto that title long enough for Toni Storm to get back. Heck, I know we already discussed the idea of Bobby Lashley coming through and Swerve Strickland coming back, but heck, Toni Storm coming back, that's also a possibility. Alright, and lastly, the AEW World Championship is being defended by Bryan Danielson, who takes on Jon Moxley. Good gravy. Like, and y'all keep in mind, if Bryan Danielson does not successfully retain his championship, he's retiring. This could very well be his last match. Like, I wasn't expecting his championship reign to end this quickly. So with that in mind, yeah, I do want to see Bryan Danielson win. But the whole Jon Moxley heel turn for Bryan Danielson, that's probably just like not getting it from like a logic standpoint, because if I'm remembering correctly, I can't remember if it was Moxley that wanted to team up with Bryan or the other way around. Like the Blackpool Combat Club started with Moxley and Bryan Danielson together. And I know one of them said that you can't team up with me unless you bleed with me, or something to that effect. But yeah, the Blackpool Combat Club, it started off with those two. And now that Bryan Danielson isn't in the group no more, hopefully he can survive. Hopefully he is able to survive, and I got faith in the dude. So, I'm gonna get this one to Bryan Danielson. But yeah, y'all, that's been my rambles about Wrestledream happening tonight. Hope all of you enjoyed the show. Hope all of you enjoyed the matches. Best of luck to all the wrestlers and superstars competing tonight. And yeah. Make sure all of y'all remember to be outrageously optimistic year round. Booyah, I'm out.